so I just want to show you a little bit of driving footage, have a little bit of a road trip video, and then I'm definitely going to be telling you where I'm going next. Hello. I don't know where I am right now. I have no idea where I am. But yeah, I hope all that makes sense. Again, I know it's kind of confusing and it's kind of like, all right, whatever. Okay, so I know this is like a total like 180 in this video, but I don't know. I just think that stuff like this like adds to the adventure of traveling, of life in general, you know, like I actually think it's really fun.
Take a drive and we leave the city. You grab my hand and say you wanna be with me. I tell you I'm not going nowhere. Seems like a pretty good place to drive. The night is young and we're feeling restless. My fingers trace your mother's necklace, the one she gave you last December. It was a beautiful night, but painful to remember.
Hi, this is Katie. In today's video, I just left South Carolina and I'm driving to the next place that I'm going to be staying. And so I just want to show you a little bit of driving footage, have a little bit of a road trip video, and then I'm definitely going to be telling you where I'm going next. And then also my next video is going to be part of this road trip as well, because I am stopping at like a really cute little town that I've never been to before. And so I'm just going to make that a separate video. I'm going to be there in a couple hours, but at least for this video, I just want to tell you where I'm going next, kind of explain the story of what's going on, because it's a little confusing, and just do a little bit of a road trip vlog. And so I'm just going to show you some driving footage right now, and then I'm actually going to stop in a couple minutes to get gas and use the restroom, and so I'll talk to you a little bit more then, and then yeah, just do a little road trip vlog. So I'll talk to you guys soon.
Just roll the windows down. Won't you cruise with me? Let's drive real far. I don't know where we'll go, but I'm happy if you are.
Okay, I just got gas, and now I'm going into Flying J just to use the restroom. Hello. I'm just gonna quickly show you on my phone, so I don't know like how the quality is, but I'm just gonna show you quickly kind of how my car is packed after I left Charleston, even though you can see my reflection more than you can see in my car. But anyway, I actually think I did a pretty good job. Like, look how much room there is that I can see out of this window. There's a ton of room, if you can see, and out of that window as well. So it's similar. It's packed pretty similarly. Clothes, toiletries, records are here, pillows, a couple other things over there. The trunk is basically the same. It's a tiny bit higher than I'd prefer, but still not bad. This is my weighted blanket. I have books and stuff back there. And then over here, again, very similar to how it was. Clothes, suitcase. This is yarn, maybe? And some like arts and crafts, my Switch on top. And then my sleeping bag and a couple other things in the middle, more books. And the front, which I'll show you another angle from inside, is my backpack, some more books, my record player, and some, you know, like my day bag and stuff like that, my stuffed animals and stuff like that, and some tortilla chips. So here's the passenger seat while I'm like sitting in the front seat, obviously. And so again, like my backpack, here's some food. Little Bubba is hanging there. He's been driving with me half the time, and then he's been resting up there. My Bible's right here. And again, my record player and stuff. But I still have a ton of room right here. I can see out of that mirror perfectly. I actually just put these here right now, so they weren't there before. So I can see out of that mirror perfectly. And again, I can see out the back over there really, really well. See out the back there. And then here, I have like a ton of space. I don't know if you can really tell by the angles, but I actually think I packed my car pretty well. Okay, hey guys, so I actually think this is gonna be a very short video, but sometimes when I say that, it ends up being 45 minutes. But basically, I'm just gonna kind of give you the really quick story of leaving Charleston and where I'm going next. And then I might explain it a little bit further in other videos over the next couple weeks. But basically, I left Charleston this morning at a little after 7 and it's 10:45 right now. And I am driving back to Florida. And so again, in some other further videos, I might explain like really in depth, but in reality, the main reason that I'm going back to Florida, I'm going right back to staying with my friend who I was staying with the last year. And let me backtrack the tiniest bit. Hi, my name is Katie. I grew up on Long Island, but I left in my 20s and I've been moving around the country and sometimes living in my car for the last like 12 years or so. And the last year I spent in Florida at my best friend's house, who I've known since I was like 18 years old. And I spent the last year at his house. And then about 2 months ago, I left, and all I knew that I was doing was going to New York for a few weeks to go see some doctors. But I just kind of felt God, and just even like my own personal preference, that it was like time to leave Florida and maybe see what was next. And so again, that was about 2 months ago. And then I went to New York and I did a bunch of videos there. I did go to a bunch of doctors, and I showed you some other videos like at parks and stuff in New York. And I was there for, I think, 5 weeks, I think. And then when I left New York, I told you guys that all I knew that I was gonna do is go to my dad's in Charleston and spend a couple weeks there, kind of like seeing if I can rest a little bit, because New York was beyond stressful. Very, very stressful. And so I actually spent the last 3 weeks in Charleston. I thought I was going to be there for like a week or two, but I ended up being there for 3 weeks in Charleston at my dad's house. And I did a couple videos there. You know, I went to a couple parks. My dad and I went hiking. We also went on a boat and we saw an alligator in the water. And then we were going to go to the beach, but then we just ended up not going to the beach. And we just hung out, you know, and it was really good to see my family in South Carolina. And so basically, while I was there, like I said, you know, when I was leaving Florida, when I was in New York, I'm like, I still don't really know where I'm going next. I wanted to see where God was leading me. And I understand the idea that sometimes God speaks to us so clearly. If we actually really listen to him, he can speak to us so clearly sometimes and tell us exactly what's next, or at least like the first step to go to, you know? But there are also some times when he wants us to make a first step, and then he will lead us from there. But he wants to see our faith in him. And obviously he wants that first step to be biblical, you know, obviously not an active sin or anything, but just that we take that first step and that we do what we know that we're following him, but just we do that. Then he will kind of lead from there, you know? And so that's what I was thinking that was going to happen when I left Florida. I'm like, okay, I really do think that God is going to tell me where to go next after I take these few steps, after I go to New York and all this stuff. And then honestly, I haven't really figured that out yet. I haven't really fully figured that out. And so I spoke to my best friend in Florida, and he's like, why don't you just come back here for a little while? And then, which again, I will definitely explain this in another video, probably in like a week or so. When I'm in Florida now, again, I'm going to be there today. I'm going back there today. When I get back to Florida, I'm going to be there for at least a few weeks, I think. At least a few weeks, potentially a few months. It kind of depends. But I am going to treat this time in Florida so differently than I did the last year that I was there. And again, I will explain that more in another video, but I'm going to be much more purposeful with my time there and do just a lot of like healthier things, living for God, and just things that I think will be better for my life. And so it is definitely going to be different while I'm there. And I just think that if I take, again, the next few weeks and or, you know, month or 2 or 3, depending, obviously, in a couple months that might change, whatever, you know, it's kind of open-ended. And that's why I'm so grateful for my best friend there, because he's like, you don't have to have a timeline. He's like, just come here and you'll figure it out. You know, like, I'm very grateful for him. He's a really good friend. And again, I've known him since we were 18 and I just turned 38. And so I've known him for like more than half my life at this point. And he's just a really great friend. I'm very grateful for him. And so basically, again, very long story short, you guys know that I can drag stories out because I love details. And so I explain details because I love them. But basically, I'm going back to Florida. I'm going back to Florida because I still haven't fully figured out my next steps, and I just don't really know yet. I hope that in a few weeks or a couple months that I will know, because again, I do have a couple ideas, but at least for right now, I'm just going to go back to Florida, but I'm going to spend my time in Florida very differently than I did last time, and I'm just going to figure things out there, basically. But I left this morning, and I am a couple hours away from, well, I'm trying to think how much further I have. I don't know where I am right now. I have no idea where I am. I mean, I'm in Georgia somewhere, but I don't really know where. south of Savannah, definitely. But I am going to be stopping in a couple hours in a town in northern Florida that I've never been to before, but it is very, it's a pretty famous town, I would say. And so I'm gonna stop there and I'm gonna film for my next video. So I'm just gonna kind of split this up into two. And then for the rest of this video, I'm just gonna film a little bit more while I'm driving, and maybe, you know, if I stop one or two more times, or just if I wanna chat with you guys while I'm driving, I might do that. But I just specifically wanted to make this video a separate video because I know you guys are gonna have questions. I get that. I hope that we can be kind about the questions and not like accusatory or negative. So I'm gonna go back to Florida, and I do feel okay with this decision, right? Because you might be like, well, you felt led to leave, so are you okay going back? I am okay going back. I do actually think it is a good idea for me to go back right now. And so yeah, I'm just gonna get back on the road and drive a little bit. And then again, I'll show you some more driving footage, and maybe I'll talk to you a little bit while I'm driving, and or like if I stop again or whatever. But I really do hope that you are subscribed, because again, I'm going to like a really cool town that I've never been to, but I'm going to a really cool town that I've heard about, at least, in my next video. And then I'm just gonna have a bunch of Florida vlogs over at least the next few weeks. And so I really hope that you're subscribed, just to let you guys know. But yeah, I hope all that makes sense. Again, I know it's kind of confusing and it's kind of like, oh, all right, whatever. But this is just my life, you know? And so not everything goes exactly how I thought it was going to. Not everything is going to be picture perfect all the time. You know, like this is not one of those channels at all, where like I try to pretend everything's like perfect and great all the time. However, I am really grateful that I'm going to be going back to my friends in Florida. And I think it's going to be like a really good time there. I really, really do. And so, yeah. So I know that it might seem confusing, or like, oh, well, you just left, what's going on? But this is just like, I think my best option right now. And I'm really grateful for that. And so I'm gonna have a bunch of videos while I'm there, obviously. And I will definitely tell you guys more about like all the discipline stuff that I'm gonna be doing. But I really just feel like I've been repeating myself this whole entire video. So I'm gonna go for now, and I'll talk to you guys, you know, like on the road, show you some driving footage, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm just gonna go. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Nashville stares at us through the rear view. You tell me you finally feel like the real you. You've been changing for quite some time, and everything feels so different. We trash the map cause we're not in a hurry. Got no plans, got no worries. Painted clouds in the desert sky, driving towards the next sunrise.
Hey guys, it is 12:30. And like I said earlier, I am stopping off at a place in Florida that I've never been to before, but that is like very well known. And I'm gonna be there in like 15 minutes. Okay, so I know this is like a total like 180 in this video, but I told you guys that I was stopping at a town in northern Florida, and I just filmed that video. It's gonna be my next video, and I think it came out really like fun. And so I really hope that you're subscribed and that you watch my next video in a couple days. But yeah, obviously, while I was walking around, I got caught in the rain, and I'm telling you, I think it's so much fun to get caught in the rain. I think it's so much fun. I'm completely soaked. I'm completely soaked. I was like a half mile away from my car when I got caught in the rain, and I'm not kidding, I think there's a hair on me. I just think it's so much fun. I just think it's so much fun. So, and I do have a towel that I'm sitting on, and my camera got a little wet, but I think she's gonna be all right. Luckily, these are like mostly like water resistant-ish. But yeah, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. I'm excited to edit my next video, because I don't know, I just think that stuff like this like adds to the adventure of traveling, of life in general, you know, like I actually think it's really fun. But I really hope that you're subscribed, because not only was it fun because I got caught in the rain, but this town is gorgeous, gorgeous. Can you tell where I am? Maybe. Again, if you know northern Florida and historical things, you might know where I am. But I hurt my knuckle before, like right here. Anyway, there's a hair that's just stuck to me now because my hands are wet. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. Okay, anyway, I have a couple more hours of my drive. I'm gonna dry my glasses. And then I have a couple more hours of my drive. So I might just film a little bit more driving footage, and then I'll just like say goodbye at some point. Okay, but that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And it was nice because it's really hot out, and so the rain cooled me down. Okay, I'm gonna get back on the road, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, it is about 4 o'clock, and my ETA is about 5 o'clock. So I only have like an hour left of this drive. But seriously, this drive went by so fast. It went by so fast. And so anyway, I think the last time I talked to you, I was basically caught in the rain while I was out for a walk filming my next video. And then the rain let up for a little bit, but then it like downpoured for a little while. It like downpoured, like it was bad for a little while. But then, you know, maybe 10 minutes ago or so, it just completely stopped and it's blue skies. It is a little cloudy, but they're like the fluffy clouds, not the storm clouds. And so hopefully it does not rain again. Because as much as I like driving when it's cloudy out, because I'm not dealing with like the sun glare and all that kind of stuff, I still obviously would prefer to drive when it's sunny versus when it's raining. Like rain, it's just dangerous to drive, you know, like it's dangerous. And so obviously like I'm on high alert, you know, but sometimes I notice that other drivers, when they're driving in the rain, kind of maybe still act like they're driving on dry roads. And it's just a little PSA reminder that be a little bit more careful when you're driving in the rain, okay? So anyway, I hope that it does not rain again, but it's kind of supposed to rain again. And so we'll see if I get back to the house before it rains again, whatever. Anyway, if it's not raining, I'm gonna stop at the grocery store to get dinner. But if it is raining, I do have like a can of chicken in the car and some bread, so I can just eat that for dinner. If it is raining, I'm just not gonna bother stopping. And then yeah, the rest of the night, I'm gonna like shower, probably do some laundry, unpack all this stuff, and then hang out with my best friend for a little bit, and then probably get in bed semi-early. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end the video here. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I know it's kind of confusing, like why I'm going back to Florida and all that kind of stuff, but I hope it made sense. It's just like, this is the temporary move for right now that makes the most sense for me. But I will talk about it a little bit more over the next couple weeks. And so I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you're subscribed, especially to see my next video, but just to see a bunch of, you know, like little road trip videos or little day trip videos, even just when I go to parks and stuff like that, and just like a bunch of vlogs where you're hanging out with me. And yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you, Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.